Hey guys, it's getting close to EOC time, and I just want to go over a couple things and let you know what kind of calculators you should see on the EOC. As you can see, I've pulled up the platform for testing, and you can see this is the EOC Math Test Sampler. There's a couple sample questions on here. Not really concerned as much about the sample questions as I am about what type of calculator you have access to. So you can see there's a TI-84. There's a Desmos if you like Desmos, and then there's a Desmos matrix calculator as well. So you have three options here for calculators. So here's the TI-84. If you click on that, it's going to be exactly the same functions like I show you in class. So if you go to math and you go over to number, there's your absolute value. You go on over some more, there's your probability stuff. You know, you've got your graphing part here on the graphing calculator. If you want to enter a list and do a regression, you can do that. You can do your 1-var stat and find your mean and standard deviation, that sort of stuff. So anyways, this will work exactly like the functions I have showed you in class. So I am very thankful that that is provided now on your EOC. Again, this is the Desmos calculator. It will work just like the Desmos functions on Desmos.com. So if you use Desmos a lot, you may prefer this for the graphing. There's also this matrix calculator. I don't know how this works any differently. I usually use the TI-84, but if this is something that you want to use, that's fine. I just wouldn't waste time. I would try to make sure that you use the calculator that you're most familiar with from class. One other thing that I do want to show you is the EOC reference page. All right, so this is the new EOC reference page. This was updated of June of 2023, so this is for the new standards that we have. The reason I want to show you this is for all of high school math, so that means Algebra 1 geometry and Algebra 2 will use the same reference sheets. It does have lots of conversions here for you for distance, weight, volume, and time. Formulas for area. If you're given these formulas, I can almost bet that you're going to see these on the EOC. So if there's anything that you want to practice or review, or when you're doing practice EOC tests for your teachers like myself, if you come across one of these and you don't understand it, reach out and ask, because that's a good time to review and remember how to do this. So I would print off this reference sheet and get familiar with it. This way you'll know what's going to be given to you the day of the EOC. And all of these formulas will be provided, but you have to know how to use them. Again, some of these formulas are only for Algebra 2. So if you're not in Algebra 2, if you're in Algebra 1 or geometry, there may be some of these things that you're not familiar with. If you haven't seen it in class, you're probably not responsible for it. But if you're in Algebra 2, I know that you're going to be pretty much responsible for everything on here. So I know some of these you don't learn until Algebra 2, but just make sure you understand how to read the math. You know, a lot of times it's in symbols, but you still have to know that, you know, this is a factorial, in factorial, and you have to know that this is A union B, and this is the probability of A given B. So these are the things that you just kind of need to know how to read those symbols. And we've done this in class. If you've been in class all year and you know you've used these formulas, again, the best way to prepare for a math test is to practice doing math questions. But as you practice doing math questions, I would practice using the formulas at the same time. So you don't need to memorize the formulas. You just need to understand the formulas and know how to use them. So use the reference sheet as a tool. That's what it is. It's a tool. And you can use this to go through and write down the equations. And each time you write it down, hopefully you understand it. It gets a little bit easier to do. And by the time you get to your EOC, this will be second nature. So anyways, I hope everybody does awesome. And if you have any questions, let me know.